week at the movies at the How Could You podcast.
We're your hosts, Lauren and Ryan Tossi. This week we're covering the newly released film The Substance by French filmmaker Coralie Verjat. It's starring Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. Lauren, before we get started,
yes.
I think we both can agree, not a film for everybody.
No, for sure not. Like, everyone's mileage with body horror, I think, is, like, a little bit different, whether it's, like, you love The Thing or a David Cronenberg film or even, like, zombie movies in some ways. Like, everyone's tolerance for that level of gore is going to be different. And this is a film that's going to test that tolerance. So unless you've been on a steady diet of Videodrome, you might want to be cautious. That said, though, I could not have loved this film more. It was incredible. It felt vibrant and energetic. And that way in which, like, when I saw Promising Young Woman and I walked out of the theater, like, fist in the air, like, this is the takedown I needed, right? And it's a total takedown of beauty culture and standards and who gets to decide those aspects of our society in ways that I found, like, really interesting. And then it's also this incredible body horror film. And then also it's this movie that's really fun and interesting, and Demi Moore's performance is everything that you have heard about the hype around this. It's everything and more. She is amazing and brave and totally throws her whole self into this role.
Yeah.
In ways that I find really interesting for an actress of, like kind of her caliber and renown. Like, she is someone who's been in the industry for a really long time, right? And is this, like, toweringly beautiful figure. And I think she exposes not only this culture of beauty at the heart of Hollywood, but also, like, what that means for an actress of her age to be doing that. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, you highlight Demi Moore, and that's rightfully so. This is a vehicle for her that was absolutely perfect. She was by far the best person that could have played this. She is amazing in it. When we were watching the movie, I genuinely did not know if you were liking it or not. You were squirming in your seat the entire time. Yes. So I'm so happy to know you enjoyed it so much. Yeah. This film feels like Greta Gerwig's Barbie through the eyes of David Cronenberg, right? Like, it is just...
Yes.
There's so much, no pun intended, substance going within this movie. I just agree with you. I love it. It's such in a time where we talk so much about, nothing's original, but this film is as original and unique as you could get. And it's all the better for it. Like, it's just such this really interesting movie. It is an assault on all of your senses, in the best way. The sound design is amazing. I mean, the sound design alone can make you feel really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, those with misophonia need not apply. Like, it's gonna creep your ears out.
But even the score is so beautifully done. Just throughout the entire movie, I just absolutely loved it. Every time I kept feeling like it was gonna stall out and be like, okay, this is as far as I could go, it would make a turn. I was like, I just got me right back into it. I really loved it from start to finish.
And honestly, what more could you want from a cinematic experience? You have these incredible performances: Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid, being a creepazoid of the year.
Oh my god, he is so unlikable, and Dennis Quaid just plays it just amazing.
Yeah, and the orange suit that you love.
Oh my god, that orange suit! Absolutely, please get me that orange suit.
But I also think, like, there's so many, like, great horror references in this. So, like, I think it's a film that, like, it has a lot to say. It's got great horror, and it's got a really fun and interesting and vibrant approach to how it's handling its material. I think it's incredible, and I think people will be the better for seeing it. And although I can't recommend it to everyone, I also can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, we heard so much come out of Cannes about this movie and about Demi Moore's performance, and the audience is getting sick and all of these things, and it's like, you always wonder the hype train with that of, like,
sure,
really, this does live up to it. I mean, it's not, like you said, it's an interesting movie because it's going to keep so many people away because it's a dark comedy horror, body horror. Like, it's so hard to describe. It's not going to be for everybody. And I think the trailers, you're going to have a lot of people going into it not really expecting what they're going to get out of this. But yeah, I just so glad you got to see this. So glad this film was made. It was like the Carpenter Kubrick, female touch that this movie needed. This director, she did Revenge, and everything I've heard about Revenge is just as stylistically beautiful and sits on your chest with all of this tension. And I really we need to check that out now too.
Well, if people want a movie this weekend that sits on their chest, they should definitely go see The Substance. And this isn't The Substance, but this one is for Roger and Jean.
Roger and Jean.